See that 10 car sliding the rear tires on corner entry.
He's going to miss the corner there. He's got a problem.
Yeah, Ross Chastain slow now.
He's got a problem. He can't get that car in gear. He's got a drive line issue. Broke the transmission. Yep.
When it broke, I broke it big. I broke every gear out of the transmission. That wasn't good. We were running third. It was, I had already missed a chicane. I had to do a stop and go on the track and was still running third and only had a few laps to go to the first stage break and had a really bad wheel hop. It's a bummer, but I'll still take it because I would rather break running third, pushing hard, than finish ninth and be very conservative and just get a nice, safe finish. Not only did it break the transmission, it broke our consecutive top 10 streak. Personally, I don't care about that. I just want to win. So it's been really neat to broaden my horizon and see how far away and different we are, but then again, how similar the ag community is across this country. I'm constantly learning as we go.
Sure. We'd love to have you stop at the farm sometime. And, if you ever feel the need to smash an ear of corn out there, that's one way to consume it too. We'll work on that as well.
Hey Kevin, how you doing?
Ross. How are you, buddy?
Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks for having us out.
Welcome to the farm, man.
Here you got some breakfast for us.
We do. Come on in.
So it's more than 5, but less than 10.
8, 6.
More than 8.
More than 8
9.
seat belts.
9 seatbelts.
Whoa.
I can't move.
Most of the time I saw you, man, you were in DC or traveling somewhere with NCGA. What in the world's that all about?
Yeah, NCGA, current president of the association, which is, it's an honor to be in that position and representing my growers, my fellow growers all across the U.S. And so, you feel a responsibility towards, towards that next step and making sure that things are viable for these guys being the 7th generation here. And who knows, maybe they'll farm, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be a race car driver, but or something, I don't know.
I clean your windows.
Clean the windows?
Helicopter.
Oh. So when we're doing fungicide, and these guys can expand on it, but for us, it keeps the plant greener longer. You can keep that canopy temperature, so the temperature inside the cornfield a little bit lower, controlling any fungal issues in the corn plant. When we can get those things under control, that plant's just that much healthier and end up with higher yields. We like helicopter because that rotor to get that fungicide down in the corn a little bit better.
And they're running 60 mile an hour, 10 foot off the deck, where an airplane's 160 mile an hour, 50 foot off the deck. So yeah, a lot more consistency.
Yeah.
And they've been generous enough to come out and fly you around today.
At the end of the day, we're going to have a big corn crop. I think across the U.S. because there's 93 million acres plus planted is what the last estimate was at USDA. I don't know how many watermelon acres there are, but
Not that many.
It's not 93 million.
It ain't that many. When did you plant this?
This field was planted about May 5th. Corn around here goes in, majority of it's from about April 20th to about May 10th. Iowa's made for corn, and really the Midwest can grow corn like crazy. And corn's got I want to say 4,000 different uses. The crop itself is such an amazing thing. High starch, a little bit of protein. That starch is what we make ethanol out of. It runs in your race car. NASCAR and American Ethanol have had a big partnership for quite a while. We work with, as NCGA, with groups like Growth Energy, who've, American Ethanol is, a great partnership we've had with them, and also groups like the Renewable Fuels Association and American Coalition for Ethanol. We work very closely with all of them to make sure that we're, promoting the needs of, or promoting the use of ethanol and corn grind in general, creating markets for our growers.
Some of our grain goes to Blair, just across the river, Nebraska. They make plastic out of it. So your containers, when you go into a Casey's or somewhere and get a sandwich and it comes in a plastic container, it's made out of our corn too.
I think that's one of the bigger, future uses for corn is in bioplastics. Aside from that, we'll feed some here to our cattle. In general, about half the corn crop goes into feed, and that's whether it's beef, pork, or poultry. Those markets in the animal ag industry is really huge for corn farmers, and we help promote exports of meat too, because as countries grow more wealthy, they get more interested in higher quality proteins. Happy to help them help supply those countries too worldwide. So we work a lot with the U.S. Meat Export Federation and others to do that through NCGA. When it comes to beans, we were able to make, it's really about units of energy because the oil content in beans is so high. And so when you crush a bean, you get oil and you get meal, and that meal goes into feeding hogs or chickens, or those hulls go to beef too. It's pretty amazing the uses to soy ink. You see most of your newspapers, a lot of your magazines are printed with biodegradable ink made from soybeans. And
Yep.
Similar to corn, just so many uses, and we're with soybeans very similar, where we can store them in the grain bins, and you can have that bean in good storing conditions for over a year, if not 2 if need be.
Well, Kevin, thanks, man. This has been awesome. Getting to see a little slice of your paradise here, man, has opened my eyes to a lot of things. So thank you.
I appreciate that. It's awesome to have you here at the farm, Ross. Down the road sometime, though, we get into harvest and all that stuff. If you end up getting time, love to have you back.
Welcome to NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing. You're watching the Dryden 200, all part of the Dryden doubleheader weekend. Let's see how they do. We're going to see green flags in the air. Brandon Brown and Brett Moffitt take us down to turn 1. And Ross Chastain's going to take it to a stage series win. How about this? Burton has the most top 10s in the series. First playoff point for Ross Chastain all year.
Winning that first playoff point was awesome. It's silly that it meant that much. It's a big deal. It's only 1 point, but it carries with us all the way towards Phoenix. Even when we won that stage at Dover, it was very brief, momentary, excitement, and then right back to, it probably didn't last 2 seconds, and it was right back to, okay, how do we win this race? You got to put it behind you pretty quick.